Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm your humble host, Gavin the Kitty, and today we are doing a lot better than we did yesterday. So, today should go a lot smoother. I've got a bit more energy in my system, and I've got an interesting selection of things to play today. So, just gonna shake off my nerves, get a drink in my system, and wait for you guys to start shuffling in here. So, what we are doing today is we are playing Minecraft, but not just anything in Minecraft. We are only doing 3 specific worlds. I have one more Minecraft stream planned in the future. It'll be for the Super Mario expansion, but I need to buy a whole extra game for that because I don't own this game on Switch. So today we are doing the Megaman X world, which is one of the coolest things I've ever played. The Pac-Man world, which is what got me really interested in Minecraft after all these years of not trying it. And the Sonic world, which I only picked up today, gave it a shot before Karmic left for work, and it is interesting. Hello, Tomo, and hello, Foxo. Welcome. Because I wanted you to see that I was playing Minecraft, Tomo, because you're generally interested in playing these style of games. Also, hello, Sylvia. I actually rate the Mega Man X a little higher, in my honest opinion, but we'll get to it when we get to it. I'm just gonna start out with, yeah, I'm not gonna start a new world for any of this stuff, because there's no real need to. But we'll go ahead and start with the Pac-Man world since it's got pretty much the least amount of content. It was released for the 40th anniversary of the character, and it's interesting, to say the least. But also, it runs terribly on older hardware, so. But it's also one of my favorites to play because it's very glitchy. And for some reason, it is busted. Okay, we lost a life. That's okay with me. I guess I stopped midway through. I don't really play Minecraft that much anymore. Oh, well, that's fine. I just wanted to showcase this game because, yeah. Got the dots above head. Fruit will randomly spawn. I don't really play Minecraft that much either. In fact, I am what some would call a bit too old for this style of game. But, you know, when they showed this off, I got kind of interested. Because I love these old retro games, and I love seeing the love and care put into it. And this was the first time where I was like, oh, they actually put a lot of time and effort and care behind this. Let's give it a shot. I gave it a shot on my Xbox One. I saw it run terribly. And, well, I already owned Minecraft for PS4 because of the, because I got it on Vita a long time ago. And, due to cross-buy, so I was able to pick up this, no extra charge, so why not? Mario block's a little silly, yeah. The whole thing's a little silly. All the way up to the 4th? Yeah, Fallout's okay. I've never played Fallout, so it's not something where it's like I know anything about it. Like, I know the games are buggy and glitchy. I know that Bethesda screwed over the developers of New Vegas. But I don't know a whole lot about that series in particular, and that just comes with the territory of me being me. Just expect me not to know a gosh darn thing of what I'm doing or what I'm talking about. But yeah, no. There is a whole bunch to this world, but we've spawned in a maze, so I've got to clear the maze before I can actually show off what's so cool about this. And of course, due to me not knowing the controls, that'll help. This right here can break open walls in the maze. And it'll delete chunks, and then the map up there will show you exactly what's going on. I think it can be a little easier to actually figure out what's going on by just following the map above. I don't know what that's all about. Keys are important. Generally, if you get a key, you'll unlock things in the hub world, because there is, in fact, a hub world. Alright, so there's the rest of the dots. And I died. I'm sure. The first two seem like something a bit more my style. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Alright. So, that was my score. You can change your skin by going here. You'll unlock them as you go around, by the way. Sure, why not? We'll go with Pal. Pal is from a arcade game. I do want to do a whole video on this series. You can make your own mazes by placing blocks in here. I think the squash and stretch animation here is really cute. I do wish they were rounder, just because that's like the whole thing with these characters. Power-ups. And then after a certain number of dots, you will get more. So you want to make sure to get as much of a high score as you can. Why are you playing Pac-Man specifically? Because Pac-Man, I have a video coming out about it later on this year, but we're also doing Megaman X and Sonic today. Both of those worlds are something that I felt I needed to do, and Sonic was part of a promise I made to viewers last year, along with the Roblox world of the Sonic Speed Simulator, but I haven't had a chance to try that out yet, so in the meantime, this is to make up for my shortcomings. This hub also has this out here, where you can explore. There's all sorts of stuff. Yeah, this is technically Minecraft, and that's the thing. I said I wouldn't do Minecraft unless we did one of these worlds, one of these specific worlds. And that is the way that we're playing it. That's the way I felt... I felt it was important to do it only... I just feel it's important for me to play stuff that I actually have some amount of knowledge in. Because if I don't, then I have to spend time researching and whatnot. Because I'm not... I don't just play these games to just have fun with it, but also to educate. And I feel it's more important for me to come across like I know something. Oh, character unlocked. There we go. So that's the whole thing about this. There's a bunch of characters to unlock. Not all of them have the ability to jump super high, either. Minecraft on the Switch is ultra laggy. Well, I'll have to give it a go on my Switch OLED when we do the Mario theme. That'll probably happen later this month, but not now. This month I'm kind of focusing in on casual games, because I believe next month's October, right? Yeah, next month's October, and that's Octobervania. And for new viewers of the channel, every October I play Castlevania and Metroid-likes to help celebrate the spooky season. So it'll be a fun time, but those games go a lot harder than something like this, and it takes a lot of energy for me to do them. I've actually got a Symphony of the Night thing planned. I just gotta get around to finding out how to import a save, because my old save got wiped. is extremely laggy, well, I'll have to give it a go. It's cool that you guys can report to me. I love hearing about how things run. That way then I can, better prepare myself. Another thing that they do here is actually... Okay. The fact that there are other mazes. Tutorial, Maze 1. I didn't really finish Maze 2. We'll give this a little go. Metroid isn't spooky unless we dig into Samus's backstory. I played through Metroid... The first year I did Octobervania, Metroid Dread had just come out. So, when it came time to actually, talking and discussing about games, what we did was we did Metroid 1, Samus Returns, Fusion, Super Metroid, and Metroid Dread on launch. So, Castlevania is part of that, right? Like, I like Castlevania, and there's a lot of ties to Metroid, so... When it comes to doing Metroid, yeah, it's not spooky, but it can be. And there's a lot of horror elements in Metroid that make it perfect for the spooky season to play. Especially seeing as there is a Nintendo Direct tomorrow, I am hoping that we see something on Metroid Prime 4, especially seeing as we've haven't in quite some time since they restarted development with that. So after a certain number of dots, you'll spawn in Creepy, the extra ghost here. This is a ghost exclusive to this game. Running down the maze is kind of similar to the Pack Booster. You can tell that Namco had some very strict restrictions when it came to what they could and couldn't use. Like, Miss Pac-Man isn't here, but Pal is. Super Pac-Man is. A lot of these power-ups are from Pac-Man's 256, which is a specific mobile title that was later put on consoles around the same time. There's just a lot of head-scratching ideas here. I don't think this is the best idea, but it was what got me interested in coming back to Minecraft, because I hadn't played it since the PlayStation 3, and I determined that it really wasn't for me back then, and it still isn't. But I do like experiencing these worlds from time to time, and I love seeing that, like, younger players can enjoy these characters in a new setting, which is fantastic to me. I love it. I love seeing kids get interested in these older titles. I used to, when I was in high school, I used to I helped to host a after-school video game club with a couple of my friends, and it didn't take off like they were wanting to, but that was just because they're not super charismatic, and that's fair. But they were very passionate, and the few people that did show up got to learn a lot about some older titles, because I got to do a whole bunch of talks about it. After each level, there's a coffee break. Rooms based on each of these. I think it's quite cute, actually. It's also out here in the hub world. So that's the thing, all of the mazes are kept inside the levels. As far as I know, the way this programmed is, the mazes are stored off in the sky somewhere, and are spawned in and despawn as need be, and then this overworld spawns in with the coffee break levels. So that's why it runs really, really poorly on older machines, is that it's having to load and unload new assets constantly, and that's just something that we gotta deal with in this game. Not the way I would have done it. I also probably wouldn't have put dots around the center ghost thing here. But we'll give about 20 minutes to each game or so, but that's about it as far as I wanted to show for this, so let's go on to our next adventure here, which is going to take a lot longer because it's Mega Man X. Hello, Mountain Man. How you doing? Don't the ghosts have names? Inky, Pinky, Blinky, Clyde, and Creepy is here based on Minecraft, so Yep. Iconic how they limited the creativity when it comes to Minecraft, a creative game. Yeah, yeah. Leave area. Confirm exit, because I don't know where I was at. I just kind of let Truman play for a little bit. For Mega Man X here, though, they let them go to town. We've got all sorts of different things. Once again, this isn't canon to the main Mega Man X universe. We've got health increases here that you can get, extra lives, weapon and health tanks, which I believe I've got a couple of them. Weapons, which they have all of the weapons from the first game here, and then they also have the armor. And Dr. Light is also here. Which, welcome back, X. Alright. Homing torpedo. So, yeah. It's a little interesting to see Dr. Light alive alongside X. But he's got the wall jump and everything. We've got the stage select. There's Zero over here. Who can give you hints and tips. Here's the achievement room, because for each of these worlds they have specific achievements, which I think is pretty neat. Yes, I did know about that. Although I don't have any plans to cover Little Big Planet. If people wanted enough, I will absolutely do it. All other achievements. What achievements am I missing? 50 Mavericks any mode. We'll get that eventually. I have 9. I've played this through once, about. Completing battle mode in boss rush, speedrun modes, all sorts of stuff. X has his signature wall jump, by the way. And he's got the buster that works as well. So there's the speedrun mode, I believe back here. Not now. I do want to try the intro stage, but I don't know. We've got a stage select here. We'll start fully upgraded. Why not? It's a little more fun that way. Aww. Well, that's alright, Tomo. Does that make me wish there was a Lokoroko one, but I don't know how that would look. That would be interesting. They even tried to recreate the title screen here from X1, which is hilarious. If anybody's ever watched our Mega Man X playthroughs for the channel, it's definitely can be interesting. Each enemy is going to drop a certain amount. LT is going to be how we charge up. It's teaching us how to wall jump. Some things seem a little misaligned, but that's alright. Got double health bars like in Zero. They announced this, and so many X fans were mad, but honestly, once a lot of the community got to playing it and trying it, they thought, oh, okay, this is cute. It's a good way to introduce fans into Mega Man X, especially if they're more into these slower-paced creative games. Especially with the X Legacy Collection out and on sale by the time this came out. I think the X Legacy Collection was $7 a pop at that point. So $14 for 8 great games plus extras, it's a little crazy. Bam! Even remembered to drop the platform down. A little timer down there. I'll be doing my best with chat. It is a little difficult to do this style of thing. I'm gonna give fair warning when we get to the Sonic side of things that motion sickness be warned. We use the energy tank there. Little bombs there on the ground. They really do want you to get the hang of the tutorial area. I believe its right stick is a dash. However, they kept the crouch feature, so you gotta like keep mashing it to do what you want. They also kept in the double jump from X dive, which is a little silly because X doesn't have a double jump, but hey, to each their own, and it also does help this game play a little better, especially in the first-person view set. I do think the skins are amazing, and I love using them outside of just this. They even kept in the cutscenes. So, like, that's supposed to be the Rogue Mare up there. And just like in Maverick Hunter X, we have to beat Vile. We don't actually... I do wish we had the dragon style upgrade. Once you get them down to about half health, we get the cutscene. Zero comes in, saves us from Vile. Can even look around in the cutscene. It's pretty cool putting this into more of a 3D space. Absolutely. I think X7 did it a little bit better in terms of putting the intro stage into 3D. And Maverick Hunter X does a phenomenal job. But this right here is really, really cool. Especially just, you know, especially for something that came out, I believe this year or last year. This is rather new. But how's everybody in chat doing? Everybody holding up well? I'm sorry I haven't, sorry for yesterday's stream being so short. We've been a little busy. Now, for this mode here, they've streamlined it. You don't have to go to the intro stage, so it's just about getting to the end as fast as possible. I'll do my best to try to not make you guys sick with this motion. Did keep the inventory. I think the skin for that armor is a little goofy. I really do want to use these graphic set, like this tile set in the base game. And I tried to do that, but they do not allow for it. Apparently texture packs and these modes are two different things. Which is understandable, I guess, but it is a little silly. I think you can have both, in my honest opinion. Be merry. Alright, well. How's everybody doing today, by the way? Anybody, having anything interesting happen going on? I'm gonna be drawing up a ref sheet later today, as well as a couple of other things. Came up with a couple skits while we were, before today's stream. And my SATA cable came in for the, PlayStation 2, so we've got a... my hard drive is going to be working for that now, which is awesome for me, because I really want to check out that. Just playing Zombie Army 4, well that's cool, Tomo. Nice, nice. I keep thinking I can pause, then I hear myself get damaged, so... why did they remove the pause button? I miss when video games could just pause. I really do. A lot of great games still use the pause. R3 dismounts, but I'm struggling here, so. I got 8 lives, so it shouldn't be too big of a hassle. We'll breeze right on through, huh? Alright. Also, like the Minecraft does, do update these packs for mobs and blocks. Add games, yes. Yeah, absolutely. They do keep updating. In fact, the Sonic one had a full dev patch notes, and I would love to see what they do with the X one, because, by God, you can tell there's a lot of love put into this. There's a lot of really cool, subtle nods. I'd love to be able to explore these mountains. Because there's clearly a world built here. Even if it is a condensed down version of Mega Man X where Dr. Light's still around, it's still really, really cool. And just something about this. If I was younger, I would have been so stoked to play this on my PlayStation 3. Or see my friends play it on their 360. Like, this would have been so cool. And I grew up mostly with the Wii, but by the time the PS4 was around and was out for about 2 years, I was able to get a PS3, and it was really, really cool. And I would have loved to try this on that system, even if it would have lagged the heck out of it. I probably would have played it non-stop regardless. It probably would have gotten more of my friends into Mega Man, especially because a lot of my friends did end up getting into the series thanks to, well, me talking about it, and also some other people talking about it on YouTube at the time. And now I guess I'm the one talking about it on YouTube. Alright. I don't want rolling shield, I want... How do I do that? Well, I'm hitting the button. Sometimes the way they do things is just a little goofy. Still not sure how to switch weapons here. I don't like that the music does cut out for a bit. I do love the fact that they kept in the health bars and the original music. Although I do wish they went with the Maverick Hunter X remixes. They're a lot nicer on the ears. Especially because I've heard these tracks a lot. But between this and X Dive, I think X has finally got a really nice future ahead of him. I do kind of wish we could lock on the bosses, but hey, to each their own, right? I'm sure this comes as no surprise, but this is probably the best playing out of the 3 that I'm going to be showing off today. I'll have to learn the controls here. We are playing the console editions, but I'm sure this works on PC. I'm sure you've got more features on PC as well, but for PS5, this is good enough for me. Where did he run off to? There he is. Hello, Tenacious. Welcome. They didn't disable the fire weapon. I just couldn't get it to activate. Because all the weapons are... DOS X OST was better. Okay. Silly. Yeah. Well, there was a couple of attempts to make first-person Mega Man a thing. but it didn't ever really go off well. Like, Retro, the people behind, Retro Studios, the people behind, uh, Metroid Prime tried to do a 3D Mega Man X first-person shooter. And it looked really cool, but it was also taking that, the kind of, let's westernize an anime property thing, which I don't think would have gone over well. But, it's alright. I could switch to others. Could I? Because I'm hitting X. Go back to circle and it's still just rolling shield. Unless it wants me to go all the way around. Which wouldn't make any sense. Maybe I just don't understand the controls. Which would make sense, because, like, I don't play this game. Like, why would I understand this? I think that's the key thing that I should understand. This wasn't made for fans like me. This was made for, you know, people who liked Minecraft, people who like this stuff, not me. It's made for the people who enjoy it, not for old cronies like myself who, you know, I've been playing these games since they were like 12. Like, I can admire it for what it is, and that, I think, is the best part about it, is I could just look at it and go, there was time, there was effort, there was care, and it probably did get some fans into the series. However, I do really think that they probably should release texture packs and things, so that we can just play this without it feeling like a little bit of a mess. Okay, so what is going on here? Yeah, I don't know. Does not seem to like anything other than rolling shield, which is a little odd. It did work in the main game, so we are using the speedrun mode, so heck if I know. Maybe. Alright, catch you later, Tomo. I thought I did too. I thought I had all... I did get all of the items in the main game. I'll have to show them off there, because they do work. They're pretty cool. And I did pick fully decked out, so maybe the decked out mode only gives you the Buster. Which would not surprise me. So down here is usually where the armor part is. I want to show off where this is at. Which usually you can just get rid of these by shooting at it. But I think here you actually do need the fire. The Sigma fight is super easy, but when we're targeting, you know, kids, we don't want to make it too hard for them. Yeah, you could go on about how, oh, well, when I was a kid, I beat Mega Man X no problem, or I beat Mega Man 6 no problem, but it's not about what was no problem for you or for no problem for me. It's about what's no problem for kids nowadays. And a lot of people might say video games have gotten easier. And they have, to some people's benefits. Also, this is another Met. You can add it to the list. It is adorable. They shoot a little homing bullet. It's cute. I love the Mets. They're just so cute. I know some people call them hard hats because they're scared of, like, offending sports fans, but I don't think sports fans are watching Megaman content half the time, so I think we're in the clear. Ah, dang it. Rolling shield fans when they have to use any other weapon. Well, it's gonna be alright. Alright. Just gonna dash along the side here. Into the ship we go. And automatically the cutscene starts, which I think is a little goofy. Luckily, they did pick a nice selection of bosses from the first game, although I would have liked to see the other stages. 4 out of the 8 levels isn't bad, and one final Sigma stage with a little bit of everything isn't bad either. If you want a different style of first-person shooter, there is a Doom mod called Megaman 8-Bit Deathmatch, but I mean, this ain't bad. I mean, and then for Sonic, there's Sonic Robo Blast, which is a great Doom mod as well. Well, this is running in the Doom engine. Alright, the game's giving me some breather room, I suppose. Well, it is standalone. You don't have to know anything about it. It's still... Mega Man X1 is very standalone. It's the start of that series. So this being, like, a abridged version of X1 kind of works. I feel it works anyways. I'm not sure how everybody else feels about it. I do think the Sonic one's a little bit more... The Sonic one we had some issues with, and I'll get to that when we get to it. Me and Casey sat and played this the day it came out because I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, new Mega Man content? Like, holy shit. We don't get that very much. Like, we haven't gotten it a lot. And then they announced this, and I was just like, wow, I get to see these environments in a first-person 3D, like, space. And, like, it's okay. It's not bad. I think it looks really, really cool. Got mini bosses and everything. Yeah, since it's speedrunning mode, I should probably just go for it, shouldn't I? It's cool to see the outside of the cave like this. There's just all sorts of really cool, like, little nods and touches here with the sprite work, with the way they adapted the sprite work into Minecraft is really, really cool. And that's something I can't say for the Sonic one, which is annoying, because, you know, when this has all the care in the world into it, I was expecting, like, something huge, because they hyped up the Sonic one so much, and then I played it today, and I was just like, what? It made me really question. I was like, do I really want to play this for the channel? But, like, I planned this out a month in advance, so, I mean, I might as well. Right? But hey, I mean, if people like this, sure. I'll be more than happy to do a Minecraft world. My karma keeps pestering me to do, like, a normal Minecraft playthrough, and I'll gladly do it eventually when I'm not as busy. But we also have to plan out, like, okay, what seed are we doing? How am I framing this? Are we doing, like, a story thing? And that's... It's a lot of effort that goes into it. Alright. But it's not a big deal to me if I do it one way or another. Boy. That's my one pet peeve. The music doesn't loop properly. I think that comes down to the Minecraft team not understanding that you have to loop the music in a certain way. Because they don't have to worry about looping music in their game, right? These guys usually try to jump into a ride armor. The fact that they don't here is a little strange, but hey, whatever, I'll take it. Your health is already full. Would have been neat to have a story here, be sharing alone. Well, that we're gonna be doing the Mario one and make it exploratory, because I think that'll be interesting to do, but I'm not going to do that right away. Like, I'm not going to just jump into it and be like, ah, yes, I have to do this one first. Yeah, it just will not let me do anything else. Alright, we are about an hour in, so I'd like to take this moment to shell out a little bit, because, it helps out the channel. If you guys haven't yet, please drop a like on the stream. Every like, is super helpful, helps us out with the algorithm. It makes it so that my video gets recommended to more people. You can also subscribe, that helps us out to helps us to getting monetized, and also helps me out with the algorithm as well. So, if you've never seen my channel before, I try to do a fun little comedy skit every Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do streams on video games, and I discuss all sorts of topics. And then once a month, I put out one big video going over a singular topic that I think is interesting. Alright, where the heck are you going? Sting Chameleon shouldn't be too hard. Oh man, in the PSP remake, they've got voices, and I can just hear Sting Chameleon's laugh. I don't know why, he just laughed the whole battle. It's great. And the loopy music Java thing, the dev teams on Java Edition were... Oh! That's interesting. Well, now, from what I was told, the console version runs on a different engine, though, than the Java edition. Because modern systems don't run Java very well. Well, more so, Java support was dropped from, like, web browsers and stuff, so... Also, yes, they did remember the baton. They actually have more of them here. Which I am A-okay with. I think it's cute. Love Armored Armadillo stage. I love that you can break the stage design a little bit. Everything I did, you comprehend. There's nothing that'll bring me back from the end. Alright. The armor does work exactly like it does in the base game, by the way. So we've got the breakable bricks from the helmets, breakable stuff from the feet, the dash boots, an extra charge up. I just hit spikes. The only difference here is X got a double jump, and I'm okay with that. I think it's cool to give X a double jump. I think that's okay. It's a natural evolution of his moveset. Like, even X Dive gave everybody a double jump. And we also have knockback here. Where is it spawning me in? Okay. Alright. Wait, is this backwards? I think this is backwards. That's my only problem. When you die here, it can sometimes turn you around. Here's hoping we can get some extra lives, though. Because there are limited lives. I do like that we have minecarts here that we can just stand on. And the fact that they've got this, like, one-wheeled look to them. It's neat. It feels natural. Is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of this should not feel good to play. And the cool thing is that this actually works with multiplayer. They designed this to the X playthrough to be played with multiplayer. Let's get past him. Up there's the heart piece. We don't need that because we got it already. They probably could have done this a little bit smoother. Up there's where the Hadoken capsule would be. Sadly, we don't have the Hadoken here. Yeah, the baton is here from Megaman 2. Some people call them batontons. I used to as well, but as of recently, I learned no, it's just spelled baton, and batonton is actually a mistranslation. But I think batonton fits better because it's a bat, right? Oh man, I would love to have Spark Mandrel's weapon for this. Armored Armadillo just is gonna bounce around the room. Ah, dang it. Just had an easier time with this stage than I did some of the others. That was not too bad. Ah, okay, well I knew that. I knew that you could play both of them on PC. I'm just saying that I figured Bedrock is running on its own engine. It shouldn't have the same musical limitations than that Java does, is what I'm saying. Oh, they both use the same launcher. I suppose that's to simplify it, right? Oh man, I've got to get back into certain things. I got one more stream this week planned for tomorrow. We're still figuring out what we're doing. It might be an art stream. Not sure yet. They did keep the boss rush in here as well. Maybe we'll get some health out of this guy. I'll take it. I do, you can also play some of the Mega Man Classic characters like Bass and Proto Man here. Some of you who have been watching since the beginning of today's stream might have noticed that I actually used the Proto Man skin. That's just mostly because I could not find an old skin that I used to use a lot. Here's a cutscene. Unskippable, unmoving. If I try to move the camera, it jitters like that. What do you guys think so far in terms of an adaptation? The dialogue here is based on the Maverick Hunter X dialogue. It's not based on the original. Vile here is an absolute pain. All right. If you got zero Megaman knowledge, I'll have to show you the lore videos I did. Goofy heckin' Vile. Yep. Zero's down for the count. Time to take out Vile. They try their best to match the patterns in the actual game, which is really, really cool. Rolling shield's a little slow. I do wish the weapon wheel was a little nicer. I don't expect today to get very many views. This is just something I promised to the audience. I said I'd play every Mega Man game, and this does count, and I won't pretend that it doesn't. Same with the Sonic Minecraft one that we're going to be doing today. I just feel they count enough. They got people into this stuff. There's no reason I shouldn't show it off, right? Like, I plan on playing the Sonic mobile titles. So, like, why shouldn't I show this off? At that rate, I'm just being silly. I do wish that charging up didn't slow us down, movement-wise. I think it's a little, silly to just skip right over some of the stages, though. Because it goes straight from, Sigma Stage 1 to Sigma Stage 2. I believe we don't even fight Rangda or D-Rex. Flame Mammoth isn't here in any capacity, other than his weapon. Neither is Boomer Kawanger, although I don't know how they would have handled that in first person. Alright. Yeah, no, Minecraft really isn't my thing, and that's okay. I just figured I will hold my promises to you guys. You know, I said I was going to. And there was no way I wasn't going to hold that. I've played everything else that I promised for you guys. I've actually got a whole section in our Discord related to promises for, like, sub counts and stuff. I believe I haven't done the one for 500 yet. And we're coming up on the one for 750, but I will double check that because I don't remember. I know one of the promises I had to take off of there because I found out how messed up it was. I was like, that's not appropriate. I was like, that... I don't even think YouTube will let me get away with that. Like... Just gonna get rid of that. He's so cute, just adorable little Met. I was kind of hoping that the music here for Sigma 2 being in this game would inspire a few more remixes and of this track, because it's a good track, but it needs a couple more remixes because it can be a little rough. Maybe some health. Maybe. Nope. Okay. Second refight time. You're gonna get me into it? I mean, hey, if you wanna try to get me into it, sure. Just know that you gotta take it nice and slow. I got really into it when I was in middle school, because a lot of my friends were playing it. Nowadays, though, a lot of my friends are... So most of my friends from high school I don't even talk to anymore. I've got one who I talk to on an infrequent basis. Oh, the little birds are beating me down. Ah, I saw that coming. At least it holds as long as you've got the life for it. Surprised the stray shot even hit him. Usually in X we'd get a big health there. And then right into Sigma Stage 3 instead of fighting Rang Bangda. And we won't fight D-Rex either. I believe we go Armored Armadillo and then immediately on to... Sigma, which is okay with me. Speaking of Sigma, I need to draw that. Ah, silly Armored Armadillo. I just find it funny how much slower he is here. The NES game, he can be a challenge. The Maverick Hunter X on PSP, he can be a little bit of a pain. Here, bit of a joke. I do think it's cute that they included the hole in the ceiling that he makes when he comes in the, as the entrance. It's like, what? Still on Sigma 3 here. They really did manage to stretch out a game. I would love to see a Mega Man 11 version of this. See what stages they pick. I'm sure they go like Block Man, Energized Man, maybe Acid. Be very cute. Is armor just a decorative thing like in X8? Armor is not decorative in X8. Every individual piece in X8 does something different, and you can mix and match it. I don't know where you got armor's decorative. The armor is not decorative here either. I said earlier on that the armor here is, it functions exactly like it did in the original game, believe it or not. No armor in Mega Man X is decorative. They all have a function. They all do something. Even if in X5 they get a little sloppy and don't mention one of the pieces do. But they all do things, in fact. And if you look at the code, you can see they do things. Alright. Swinging around. Sure, he's coming over here. Sorry for all the jerking around. This is just how the game plays. I wish it was a little less clunky, but you can only do so much. It does hurt my index finger to mash like this, though. But that's all fine with me, because this is still really, really cool, and it puts a smile on my face every time I play this. Which isn't often. I actually really don't play Minecraft very much at all, so... Do they drop health? Nope. Alright, final Sigma time. I mean, it can be. Absolutely. Falcon Armor in X6 still does stuff. It still allows for the air dash. It still allows for an extra level of charge shot. It allows for the Giga attack. And it allows for reduced damage. You want to tell me again Falcon Armor in X6 does nothing? Just because other armors in the game are better does not mean that it inherently does nothing. Here's where I would have used Chill Penguin's weapon. Belgotter is a little tough, but I'm sure we'll get through this. Hello, Cardinal. Hello, Malenzo. Sorry. Sorry, Malenzo. I'm messing up names. I gotta kind of focus on chat. This is the great time where I would love to have Casey with me to read off chat, or really any of my co-hosts. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to drop likes, guys. The vid kinda needs it, especially seeing as we're only at 2. Alright, and down he goes. Why can't we air dash and the charge? Because you can't air dash by default in X6 and X5, X4. You don't get the ability to air dash naturally until X7. And that was to put the characters on par with Axel. It's a lot harder without his weakness. I can't really easily do my old strategy, so I kind of have to put up with him, with Sigma here being a bit of a bully. But that's okay, because we will take him out. Use a sub-tank. Hello, Perry. And hello, Bronco. Welcome, welcome. Malwanzo. So, I can't speak. I also can't pause because they took out pausing, which is weird because I'm playing single player, and that's not how a single player game shall be. But I guess they do intend it to be played multiplayer, so who am I to talk, right? You do have to hit Sigma kinda in his head. There we go. What was that? Final fades of Sigma here. Millie Onezo, thank you. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm out of weapon ammo, but that's alright. Down Sigma goes. Hello, Murphy Bennett. I'm doing alright. I'm just streaming some Minecraft today. We started with Pac-Man. We did Megaman X here, and next up we've also got the Sonic pack to do. Which, heads up for anybody who gets motion sick at all. Be warned, the Sonic pack is very motion sickness heavy. I like the fact that they got this cute abridged versions of the credits in here. Not exactly how it goes, but yep. Usually that's what happens, Foxo. Usually we get a lot more people. I generally start out around like 30 or so people, and then we get up to about 100 if on a good day. I figured this would get a little bit more views just because it's Minecraft and because, you know, I did a stream yesterday and I did a short the day before. But I'm also probably experiencing a small bit of a drought because I'm not playing anything that's super popular. Most likely because most people are waiting on the new games to come out, which is fair. I play a lot of old stuff, so, like, you know. Granted, I am going to be playing Mario Wonder when it comes out on this channel, and we're doing Sonic Superstars as well, so I guess how old can I possibly get? So where's Starfield? Not doing it. I don't have any interest in Bethesda games. The closest I get is id Software's Doom and Wolfenstein, but, like, Skyrim, no interest. Fallout, really no interest. And not to say that those are bad, I'm just, you know, not for me. Yeah, exactly, Tenacious. We're all pretty sure they're alts, but, I mean, even if they're not, they're all fine people. I mean, they're respectful. They pop in, they say hi. I got no complaints. Alright, and that was the Mega Man X run, minus the whole going into, whatnot. Believe you playing either either the speedrun mode, played time attack. Yeah, they really do want you to just do your thing. I do wish there was some music in here, but that's alright. So there are a couple of other things in here that I have not shown off. Like down here, we can leave and go to a boss rush area. I suppose it would attract everybody, but then they'd all expect... So, when it comes to, like, Starfield and stuff, yeah, it would attract more people, but would it attract people that are actually interested in the other content I make? Would it attract people that like the same things that I do? Probably not, which would lead to my audience. Like, I'd have a high subscriber count, but then I'd also have a very low viewership count. Which, in a lot of people's eyes, they'd look at that and say, the channel's dead, but, like, it wouldn't be dead. It's just not what they're expecting. Just to show off some of these skins here real quick. You can see you get quite a number of them. You get X0, Sigma, Vile, Chill Penguin, Storm Eagle, Sting Chameleon, Armored Armadillo, Dr. Lights, Roll, Dr. Wily, the unnamed Navigator. I believe this from Maverick Hunter X, which is cute because this is technically using the script from Maverick Hunter X. Proto Man and Base, which, you know, cool with me. I think it's cute. But it's time to move on to our next one. So those with motion sickness, I'd say thank you for watching. But we'll just get started right on in here, because this is gonna be something. Well, I do play a lot of AAA games. I play a lot of AAA Nintendo games. I play a lot. I enjoyed playing through Sonic Frontiers. I played through Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and the original Spider-Man game. I play AAA games. I like Yakuza. It's just a matter of, I'm not a fan of a lot of Western-developed games, and a lot of that comes down to just not a fan. I mean, I got nothing. I unlocked Shadow before the start here because I wanted to have an easier time unlocking everybody, so go for the high-value stuff first. Here's what we've gotten unlocked in terms of achievements for this one. There's all sorts of stuff here. There's like 4 or 5 stages, which is about on par. There's all these little references around the hub. It's outside of the hub where things fall apart. Oh. What? Oh! Whoa! Okay, good. The audio is still balanced. Ah, well... I just wanted to stop. There we go. Chow Garden here. You get Chow by unlocking them through getting achievements. This Chow Garden here is based on one of the ones from Sonic Adventure 2, the first one, actually. Running really fast is really, really cool in this game. Although they won't let you go near the water. The water respawns you a couple feet back. We don't have a double jump here, which... odd, because Sonic actually does have a double jump most of the time. Especially in more modern titles, which is what this is taking after. Although, when I did the Sonic video, I did mention this is its own timeline. This isn't based on anything else. Oh, and the music loops properly here. So, that's strange, right? We've got Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary for normal stages. There's 5 acts apiece, which I think is a bit too much, but it's okay. We've got this, which is the Labyrinth Zone. We gotta find shards of the Master Emerald to recompile the Master Emerald, which is another goal. We probably won't be doing all of these, by the way. It does take a bit. Build a sprint to get momentum. Collect rings to score points. Take damage and you'll drop rings. Here's some random discords and stuff. I'm not affiliated with any of these people, so do not take anything for granted here. This is just based on the game. You can jump on the badniks to destroy them. And jump on the monitor to get rings. But it's just the tutorial, so. Sneak to spin dash, which I had to have somebody explain to me what in the world a sneak is, because none of my buttons are sneak. Apparently it's R3. So, the more I know. This will explain how Labyrinth Zone works. And it'll unlock new things around the lab. We got all sorts of little references, including references to the movie, which I can show off. Give me just a moment. I believe it's either in the Labyrinth Zone area. Yeah. So here's our first reference to the second movie. Here's the stuff right here. Act 5 of Labyrinth, unlock the Master Emerald, complete Master Mode. On the other wall over here, we have Sonic and the Wachowskis. Even a Badnik from the movie, which is great. There's all sorts of little references. I love it. Yeah, there is the Eagle Wisp. It's on the, it's over here. We got Void, Spike, Warbot, even one of the exclusive Wisps. They like to do a lot of deep cut references. I can really tell that they care. Although I'm not entirely sure about what. So there's 2 emeralds in each of these. So 2, 4, 6. And then Master Emerald's over there where you gotta get the big one. So I'm assuming there's an extra stage somewhere where we can get a 7th Chaos Emerald. We'll have a look around the first stage here and see about finding an emerald, shall we? I'm gonna be honest, by the way, this is not a super great thing. It's also quite loud in my ear. I asked Casey to audio balance, and we did, but it seems like audio is still very, very, loud. So, nope, that's licensing. Settings, you'd think it'd be in settings. General Creator Video Audio. We'll just turn that all the way down. Alright. Usually the map packs are developed independent from developers, not Mojang or Microsoft, so they all do things differently. This is the one where I'm like, I feel like this is trying its best, but it's not working. Like, somebody cared about Sonic. But it does just feel like a promotion. Whereas the Mega Man X thing felt like, oh yeah, we're trying to get fans into X so they can play X, but this just does not do it. Which is weird, right? Because after this, they did a collaboration with Roblox, and that is what I am going to have to take a look at later on this year, because I've heard so many good things about it. Which is strange, right? Because I wouldn't have thought that would have been very good. Tails has the spin dash. He's also got his hover. This is one of the most recent one of the most recent games where you could play as Sonic's friends. Believe it or not, Sega got a lot of feedback from fans back in the early 2000s that people didn't like Sonic's friends, so they stopped making them playable after right around Sonic Unleashed. Which is actually the whole, problem there is the dev team should have had the ability to explore these characters, but couldn't. So they got a lot of feedback from this, actually, that told them that, yeah, they do like playing as Sonic and his friends. That and Sonic Mania actually really, really helped with this. And it finally gave them the confidence to make playable Knuckles, Tails, and Amy in Sonic Frontiers, which is good with me, because I cannot wait to play that DLC. It's free, so here's hoping it's good, right? Well, we're just gonna I'm just gonna fiddle around. If anybody has any questions about video game lore, or just what's going on with life in general, for me, I am willing to answer. Just being a cat. It's usually what I just do. I cannot wait for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. I know a lot of people are probably doing speculation videos and stuff, which is good with me, because I I love doing speculation, because it's always great. Last year around this time... Oh, shoot. So you just cannot touch water. That's very, very annoying. So... one of my around this time last year, we got the announcement of Pac-Man World Repack. I'm hoping we get a World 2 announcement. I do think it's a little too soon for it, but would be pretty cool. I just walked backwards. Oh, losing progress. See, these things like to turn you around. There is some care put in here, but it's not in the right places, I feel. Although they did turn this into a texture pack and everything, so you can do this with the base game as well. Alright. Doesn't look like there's anything off that way. Loops don't always work either. I don't know why, because Frontiers came out and it's got perfect 3D loops, so... Shrug! Heck if I know. Okay, that really does look like it's, like, prompting me to come back over here. No? Okay. Maybe? Maybe. This does allow for a lot more freedom here, which I think is cool. I like it when games let me do kind of whatever I wish. I do like set goals though, so any game with a set goal but also lets me just kind of explore their world, it's fun. I will probably never get enough speed or height for that. That's another thing, that there's not really any momentum physics here. Like, they have this feeling of building momentum, but they slowed the character down so much that even, like, having the run and having to build momentum, it can work, but I don't think it works here. Because they just make everybody move really slowly. Like, that's their solution to having momentum. Ah, yes. We'll make them run slower. To make it feel faster when it's like this. It's like, that does not fix the problem. That's what got us, like, Sonic Heroes physics. Like, don't do that. That was, like, the whole design philosophy behind Sonic 1 and their stages. Like, some stages were... designed in such a way... Oh, gosh. Hey! It's Sonic, Sonic Advance. I wish the camera was a little more zoomed out, but hey! Sonic Advance's special stage is done right. That's actually kind of neat. Well, hey, I got a Chaos Emerald. There's a lot more content here than the Mega Man X1, so... Maybe I am being a little harsh on this because I want it to be better than it is, but... Yeah, you never know. It does have some competition to it because of the Roblox collaboration, so... Perhaps I'll have different... Maybe I'll have worse words to say for the Roblox collaboration. It'll make this look better by comparison, but I highly doubt that, especially seeing as I've heard a lot of good things. So... Hello, Andre, February, Tyler, and September. It was in Advanced 3. I think that might have been the Advanced 3 one. I don't know. It's been a while since I've played those games. I have played a lot of games within the past 2 years, so... It is possible. So what made this a little bit difficult to tell about the care, what the care placed into this was actually the figuring out what's up with the stage design here. Because when we played through it, we were like, oh, it's got all the acts are the exact same, and then we noticed with Chemical Plant, oh no, it's not, because this started out differently. But Green Hill Zone here started out the same each time, and I was like, well, that's weird. It's almost like they only remembered Act 1. Which was a little odd, but hey. To each their own. Why do I want Spin Dash on Square? But yeah, this is just slow movement. Not a fan of it. It is nice to hear the Genesis sound font, though. There's something to appreciate about the Yamaha sound chip. You won't lose all your rings, by the way, when you're hit, so don't ever feel worried about trying to jump on enemies or anything, because they just won't take all of your rings. I do want to unlock Amy, though, because that's the only other character that they seem to have put into this. Which makes sense, especially with nowadays how they have been marketing like Sonic Origins. Oh, look, we got Amy, and whatnot, which is cool. But I don't know, we've had playable Amy since Advance, so maybe it's not as big of a deal as what they want you to think it is. Maybe that's just me being a little bit cynical about this series. For as much as I love this series, it's very, very easy for me to be very cynical about it. And that just comes down to, I have high expectations and high hopes for this stuff. Especially in an era of really good platformers with, like, Megaman 11, X-Dive, Mario Wonder, Odyssey, indie platformers like Yooka-Laylee. It's easier for me to have higher expectations, especially for these ones owned by AAA studios. It's kind of why Pac-Man World Repack, while I liked it, I do think it was a bit underwhelming. Nothing about it was bad, just not really so sure. Hello, Shieldy Wyam. Wish we had the ugly Sonic in this game. Well, I mean, these models have charm, but there is something ugly about them. So there is a certain ring count that you have to get to finish each of these zones. So they do encourage you to just collect rings. They've really tried to turn this into a collectathon. To go along with that, they also have score requirements to unlock certain items, so their item box placement is a little odd. I think they may not have understood Sonic level design when piecing this together. Like, they understood Minecraft level design. They understood that they wanted to make it like a Crash Bandicoot style behind the back hallway thing. But they didn't, I don't think they understood what made, you know, the item placement good or the enemy placement good. Especially since all the enemies use the exact same shot type, for lack of a better word. They all use this homing bullet that the Met used in the X playthrough, which is okay, I guess. Maybe there isn't another type of shot in Minecraft, but it's a little odd. Hello, this is fine. Welcome. Wow, we're starting to get everybody in here. Sorry I haven't been keeping up with chat. This game doesn't really have a pause. After this stage, I'm gonna sit, scroll up, catch up on chat, see how you guys are holding up. I'm not gonna be doing a full, like, run-through. This really is just a showcase. Not every game that I play on the channel needs a full playthrough for me to be content with how I talk about it and whatnot. And I think that's something that needs to be said more. Not every video game you get needs to be 100% beaten for it to feel worth it. That is something it has taken me quite some time to understand. Especially with how I love to, how much I love to just explore video games, because I will sit and play these things for hours. I mean, it's letting me get all the way up here. I will go all the way to the top. Shadow was like 256 rings. Which isn't the max, but alright, we are still looking for Chaos Emeralds, by the way. After this, I'll let you guys pick between Chemical Plant and Sky Sanctuary. Perhaps the Chaos Emerald's in the last stage here. Those rings really don't line up. And I do not like that twirl. I wish they just stayed in the spin formation. Maybe they were really proud of these models and wanted people to look at them. Which I can understand. It takes a lot of work to model something. Alright, let's catch up on chat. Well, this is fine. This is a official collaboration with Sonic. We also did the Megaman X1 a little bit ago, and also the Pac-Man one. This is probably the most cursed, and probably my least favorite out of the two, next to the Pac-Man one. But this one isn't bad. I look away for 2 minutes, and the chat is full now. Wow, yep. I've been doing this for a little while. When you stick to it, consistency is everything, and that's why I have to stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because I want to keep this place. I want to keep this place lively. It's not even. Part of it's the quality of the content, which I've had down since about my 3rd month of streaming. And then another part of it is consistency, which I have never had good consistency in my entire life. So the fact that I've been able to be consistent with this means a heck of a lot. Also, the bitrate sample on some of these are really low. Like, this volume for the invincibility is quiet, even on my end. Like, the audio balancing for the game itself is not great, and there's no way to affect, like, invincibility boxes. Which I think kinda sucks. But so be it. And we just lost all of our rings. I don't even know what hit us. Once again, I keep thinking square. Why keep that functionality in if there is no reason to go into that menu? Makes no sense to me. Maybe they have to per contract or something. I did not get the texture pack. I only got this, the stage pack stuff for today's stream. I don't think I'll be looking at the Sonic texture pack stuff because there's, like, it's not it's not a world sort of thing to do with it, so... Really, the thing that kicked a lot of this off, I think, is the Mario pack. Which is fine with me. But I want to do my own video on that, make it its own thing, because I hear there's a lot more to it in terms of, like, exploration and items and stuff. Once again, the shot didn't hit me. What? Maybe it looked like it did if I was in first person, but from third person you can clearly see it missed me. Oh boy. But yeah, no, first impressions of this are okay. They're getting better the more I play it. Which is, I think, says a lot, especially because I have a pretty high opinion of Sonic already. But this really did turn me off the first time I looked at it. Hi Zeke, how you doing? You hate the spider fight in Undertale? Well, I'm not a fan of Undertale at all, so... Oh, I messed up. So, you need a certain number of rings to continue. I don't have that number of rings from the last stage. However, it looks like I did get a new Chow. 2 new Chow. Reach Act 5. Oh, my mail's here. That's cool. Alrighty. Oh, well, there's the Chaos Emerald that I put down. We got 1. So, Chemical Plant or Sky Sanctuary, folks? Doing good, just got home. Well, glad to have you, Zeke. Oh, cool, it marked it off. Oh, wait, that's the second one I was supposed to get? Interesting. But it's up to you guys, which one will you do first? I've only got about 20 minutes left for stream. I can go a little bit over to maybe show off the Labyrinth Zone, but... I'll even let you guys pick the character, too. I saw Sky Sanctuaries first. And for this one, we'll go with Sonic. He's just got a spin dash, but that's okay with me. Sky Sanctuaries from Sonic 3, it's one of the later stages. It also appears in other games such as Sonic Frontiers, for Knuckles' campaign, and also in... Here's an Egg Robo. You guys didn't know what I was talking about in my the Sonic lore video I made. Now you can see it. Got teleportation. This game does like to start you in first person. I think it's a bit harder to play like that. Hidden ring. Sneaky, sneaky. I do think it's a little weird that it plays the Sonic 3 special stage music. They definitely intended these special stages to come last. But hey, got another emerald. I will take it. Just gotta grab some more rings, start running. It does take the double tap to run, though. So... Oh, man. If you haven't seen the Sonic Frontiers playthrough yet, get prepared, because September 28th, I will be continuing my playthrough with all of you lovely folks. For, I believe it's part 6 or 7 now of that. We finished the main game, but I've got a lot to showcase since the 3 updates. There's extra challenges that I've done. We unlocked the spin dash. They've added new content, new story, so it's gonna take a lot of time. I'll show off Chemical Plant at least once before we end. I do hope everybody's enjoyed what we've done so far. And if you haven't caught the Megaman X or Pac-Man sections of today's video, please go check it out, because I've been kind of just playing this all day. Not normally what I play, which is befitting, I believe. Okay, that's a crumbling platform. Oh, wait, that looks like Generations. I think they chose the stages based on Generations, what was coming out in the second movie, and because Labyrinth Zone showed up in the second Sonic movie in a very different form, and it was really, really cool. In fact, I really like both Sonic movies. They were really fun to watch. Yeah, sure, because you could play a movie. I mean, technically, you play a movie, but... Alright. Ring Shop 49. We can start the next stage. I mean, Netflix has playable movies. That's just a video game on a movie service. I mean, the whole thing is that, like, movies and video games are inherently different, right? Oh, I don't like this momentum. The momentum in physics here. They're like, let's try momentum. It's terrible. It's like, we're bad at it. Dang it. It's like they didn't make sure it was feeling good before they started. But maybe that's a limitation of Minecraft. I wouldn't know. I've never worked with this engine. So you aren't wrong. I'm not wrong, but I'm also not right. You know, it's not one of those, technically, you're correct. It's more like, technically, I'm wrong. Technically, I'm confused. Technically, it's difficult. Anyways. So they clearly want you to explore these areas, but I've got, like, very little incentive of where these emeralds are at. Maybe I'll have to use a guide on my own time. I probably will end up exploring this a little bit more. Just because, you know, why not? I've played Stranger. I've spent longer times in dumber games. Trust me, much dumber games than this. Keep thinking, well, oh, maybe it'll be down there, but I don't think they hide the special stages in the same spots every time. So, perhaps I will just have to see... Maybe I can at least get some more stages. You do need a certain number of rings to finish each stage, as I mentioned before. So that's why I didn't finish Act 5 of Green Hill. We got to Act 5, but we didn't beat Act 5. I do think the Eggman portrait's a little goofy. Okay, so it only spins, it doesn't flip around. Probably because I didn't have enough rings. Well, I'll have to unlock Amy at a later date. Hello, Liam. Welcome. Well, I've got a good mental breather for you today. So far, we've been enjoying playing through some of the more interesting Minecraft packs here. Why not? We'll go through Chemical Plant Act 1 here. No idea where the emeralds are here. I do have an idea where one is, but it's gonna require some hunting. Alright. I do think this stage here, though, is really cool looking. So that, I believe, is a hazard. There's the Megalomac. Or as they called it here, it's Megamuck. Because they, didn't... they didn't do their research, I suppose. They just kind of guessed on memory. Or maybe they changed something. Another thing that they changed is the purple filter that goes over the screen here is only for first-person mode, not for third-person mode, but it makes it easier to play, so, in third person. So, I guess it's neither here nor there. I guess it's just more encouragement to do it a certain way, to play a certain way. It became a whole facility. The plant has become sentient. There's no other way around that thought. What happened? Sentient plant. What? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Tomorrow's stream will likely start around 3 or 4-ish, because I will most likely need more setup time. Okay. You cannot jump on those guys, by the way. You can only roll into them. There's another one of those Eggman doors. Switch is right over here. Between Karmic and Casey, they seem to know quite a lot about this game. And I had them explain a few minor things. But I really know nothing. I'm gonna be honest. I know nothing about Minecraft. I know nothing about how these games were made. I didn't even know that they reached out to a different studio entirely to make this in Minecraft. I thought it was all done by one team, so... Interesting. Interesting to know. That is how little I know about this. Which makes me glad I get to ask you guys about it, because you guys know a lot more than I do. Alright, anytime I see an Eggman door, I'm just gonna stop, turn around. There's gotta be some reason this thing is here, right? Oh! Bottom route, huh? I mean, a little bit of a bottom path. Once again, more of me not understanding you have to spin dash, and spin dash is on the right stick, which is unintuitive for controller support. It's gonna drive me nuts every time. I'm just gonna be like, oh, look, I could do this. No, I can't. I don't think I got enough rings to go to the next act, which is okay. It's fine. We're about done anyways. You know quite a bit, but you don't play enough to justify the knowledge. I feel like that's something that happens with me a lot. Like, I know a lot. Like, it's like, oh, I know a ton about this and that. It's like, oh, cool. And then it's like, oh, yeah, no, I know nothing. Sea of all Chaos Emeralds, patch notes. Let's see here. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to Knuckles here. We've given everybody but Amy and Eggman a shot, but I don't have Eggman unlocked, so... We'll go for Labyrinth. Why not? This will be the final stage I play for today, by the way. If you were expecting longer, I am sorry. Only so much I can talk about this game. It's one of those, oh, that's cute and cool. I don't think I have anything more to add to it. I think Roblox did a lot more of a service to Sonic than this did. I know some people had some choice thoughts about this when it came out, which completely understand, totally get it. I understand now. It's like, yeah, this could give motion sickness, and there's tons of problems with the way the physics were handled. Like, I totally get it now. But I can also defend it by saying, well, a lot of people play Minecraft, a lot of kids play Minecraft, and a lot of kids don't know about these characters, even for as much as I want them to. When I went to the theaters to watch Sonic 2, there's an ending at the ending credits. There's a teaser for Sonic 3, and we get to see Shadow. And I remember a little kid sitting in the front row, yelling, "It's Sonic EXE!" And I went, "No, but good try." That was all I was thinking in my head, and I watched as my bud Blue Jackalope, good friend of the channel's, good friend of mine and Sammy's, just shook his head, and I'm like, yeah, you don't even know that much about Sonic, and you know that Shadow, like, yikes. But no, that movie was good. I want to watch it again, but I need an excuse to watch it again. Because, you know, I play video games for work all the time. If that makes any sense. Essentially, I can only do so much in a day. And sometimes watching a video game movie can be just as taxing on my mental state as sitting down to do research. Because I'll start analyzing things and looking up how stuff's done. Like, I absolutely am one of those people who it's like, I will pause a horror movie if I know a lot about it to talk about it. I know how not to. I know when's appropriate to. But, like, sometimes it's just more fun to be a total dingus and be like, did you know they did practical effects for this 1930s movie? And that they touched it up with CGI for this, like, 2017 re-release. It's like, nobody needs to know that. Nobody asked. But I will be just as content and happy telling everybody about, like, Bram Stoker's Dracula and how it's, like, inaccurate to the book, but it's still a lot of fun. Like, I'll be the first to admit I have a lot of fun just, like, researching stuff. I like learning. That's why I started the channel. Give me an excuse to learn and teach. Alright, onward and outward. Bam. Oh, dang it. I had a bunch of rings, too. Well, all of the knowledgeable LGF about Sonic is Gmod animation series. Okay, well, Liam, you should watch that Sonic video I made then, because it has a lot of information that you'll learn a lot of really stupid facts about this franchise through watching my video on it. It's called The Spider Web of the Sonic series, and I just go over all sorts of random knowledge that I've collected over the years, and try my best to piece together a timeline and make sense of the conflicting lore elements of these games. Luckily, Ian Flynn has made that quite easy, so. One last thing I wanted to show off, because they use Mega Collection Plus music, but they also have other tracks. Oh no, I know a ton tenacious about Nintendo franchise. Alright, Shauna Foxy, I'll catch you later. I don't know if I said hi to you. I'm sorry, I've been very focused on playing the game today. Uh, Catch you later, Sean. Oh, gosh. Other than me nerding out a little bit, let's see here. This looks like a good image to end on. Good music. But yeah, let's see here. That's it for me. I've been your guys' humble host, Gavin the Kitty. You can follow me on Twitter at GavinDragonYT. You can donate to the PayPal link on your screen or in the description below, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys could share these videos around and drop a like and subscribe. That's all you really have to do to help out this channel, and help me out by extension. But with all that being said, there'll be videos to click on once the video gets done processing on YouTube's end, and I've got tons of content on the channel relating to Sonic, Megaman, Pac-Man, and everything else gaming related. But that's it for me. Good night, everybody.